Hey guys, my name is Josh Childers. I'm in Greenville, South Carolina, and this is my final project for CS50. I decided to do a disc golf retail website since a lot of the disc golf retail websites I've used before are not that great. They're usually okay and they're functional, but there's just always seems to be a lot of things that they could be doing better. So I figured why not take a stab at trying to make my own that does all those things a little bit better. I used Python, I used HTML, CSS, JavaScript, as well as SQL. I'm storing all of this inventory in a SQLite database, and that's where I'm getting all of the inventory from. And then I used Flask as well as the Bootstrap framework. So getting started, this is my home page. It's got some scrolling banners, as you can see, that would just have some promotional info that you could find here. Scroll down, we have a list of our newest releases. We have some new discs that we get in stock. You can scroll through all of them, mouse over them, get a cool little hover effect that gives you the title, what mold it is, what brand, what run. You can click on one, get a little bit of information about it. It'll take you to that disc's, that specific mold's page with a description about it. Its flight numbers right here. Scroll down, you can find every single disc that we have in stock. And again, this is all coming from just a pre-made database that I filled with disc information just to kind of simulate a retail website. So yeah, you can see the info about each disc, the plastic, what run it is, what weight it is, and the price. And then you can come up here and you can also filter by plastic. So if I just wanted champion, it'll filter this list. And if we had more than one run of champion, you could sort by that as well. And then you could pick one, say I want this one, add that to my cart, and it adds it right to your cart. So we can go back to our home page, and our next step is this search by flight form, where if you're not familiar with disc golf, you might not know exactly what this means, but essentially each disc is given some kind of flight rating that kind of gives you an idea of how it's going to fly, how fast it's going to fly, whether it's going to go left or right, things like that. So if I wanted to search for every disc that had 5 speed in our inventory, for example, I could do that here, and it'll show me right here. It'll show you at least the top 6. If I had more, then you could click find more, and it'll search specifically for that speed. And you could search by more than that if I wanted to find, for example, 12 speed, a driver maybe, and everything that has -1 turn as well as 12 speed. And I can search for everything there. Click on one of these. The Zeus is a cool mold. Go here, and you can go straight to that molds page. And then below that, we've got some apparel, and then we've got some profiles of maybe some sponsored players that this retailer might be supporting. These are all pro disc golf players that I follow, and a lot of them are sponsored by a lot of retailers. So if this retail shop was sponsoring any players, you could put them here, see a little description about them, get to know them a little better. We've got some accessories, just some featured ones that you could click on, go see just a description about it. You can maybe add one of those to your cart. And finally, at the very bottom, we've got our footer with just some info to some important documentation, maybe some social links. This retailer doesn't exist, so this is just the homepage of Twitter, obviously. We've also got up here in our header, you can search right here, do some quick searches by type of disc, for example. If I wanted to find all our distance drivers, I could click that and it would find all of those. Maybe I want an approach disc or a putter, and it'll search by all of those. You can also search by manufacturer. I throw a lot of Innova, so these are all of our Innova discs. You can click on these right here, add another Wraith right here to your bag. You can also find some accessories or some apparel. And then if we don't have something in stock, it just shows you a little out of stock message. We've also got a fully functioning search bar where you can search for any kind of mold. Wraith, Destroyer, Buzz are all popular molds. You can search for a brand. You can search for just a disc, and it'll show you everything related to disc. You can search for a putter, maybe, or maybe even a shirt, and it'll show you everything we have related to that. And then finally, we can go to our cart. We can see everything that we have in our cart, the total right here that adds up all the prices. I can remove something. Let's say I wanted to get this Wraith instead of this one, so I'll remove that one. It'll take that out, add those up, and then click checkout. And of course, if this were a real retailer, you would fill out a form with all of your info. But for now, since I'm not actually shipping anything, I've just taken you back to the home page with a little message to let you know that your order is on its way. And then finally, of course, this entire website is fully responsive so that you can see it comfortably on mobile screens. You can see it on touchpads. You can see it on big screens, whatever. The links work. Every part of it is fully responsive. So now here, this changes the format a little bit, and it shows you everything we have here. If we go a little bit smaller, say the size of a Pixel 5, it shrinks down even more. And you can still sort. Let's say I want star plastic. It still sorts it. You've also got right here, this drops down, and then your cart comes back up. So yeah, if I wanted to add this to my cart, you can see there. And then maybe I wanted to go back to the home page. Maybe I want to search something for a wraith on my phone. It'll show all the wraiths here. And then let's say I want to go back to my cart. Click here. You've got a little cart icon that pops back up. Click there. Check out again. And it's on its way.